All right, it's Bill here. Here's my thoughts on a 6-4 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Winnipeg Jets. This is what it's like to be a Leaf fan. The Leafs have played an amazing game against Tampa Bay last Monday. They then lay eggs for the next 3 games. I don't care what anyone tells you about the Boston game. They competed. No, they didn't. They were terrible. They were awful, just terrible. And then they play the undefeated team in the NHL in Winnipeg and bring a great effort and win 6-4. So guess what's going to happen against Seattle Thursday at home? Oh, anyways, let me get into this game. I got all these texts and comments. Bill, Johnny T had a great game. Remember, he's Johnny T. Kerr. Johnny T. Kerr. There used to be a player named Tim Kerr. Look him up if you're too old to remember Tim Kerr for the Philadelphia Flyers. Johnny T. That's Tim Kerr. I don't think Tim Kerr got $11 million and he didn't drive a line, but look him up. Take a look at his goals. That's the ones that Johnny T scores. But before I get into that, first of all, I want to come up with a new rule. Again, I was at darts last night, so I didn't start the game till 11 o'clock on Prime. Prime doesn't have that nice PVR fast forward, so it took me a couple hours to get through the game. Man, I was tired. I was nearly falling asleep before the end of the game. I thought I'll get up in the morning and I'll do the video. So again, I'm behind on that. I'm really, this is going to happen on Thursday too. Can they not play like days where I don't play darts? No, sure. So I don't think that's what my rule that I'm proposing is play every game on Prime. Play every game on Prime. I don't need the Sportsnet fools talking. They're terrible. I didn't think Prime was horrible. I recognize the one girl from CBC, Andy Petrello, but so terrible. But I like the Jody Shelley. I don't mind the commentary. And the Leafs play amazing on Prime. So why don't we just take every game for the Leafs, get the colored speckled guy who does the worst press conferences ever, take it over to Prime, and let Prime run every game. I got a Prime membership. They play awesome on Prime. I'm willing to do that. Anyways, getting into this game, the first period, the Leafs came out and dominated. Now, I know, Johnny T and Max Pacioretty. First thing I'm going to get into this game, Nick Robertson was one of the best forwards against Boston, and he gets to sit. Now, that's not a good start for me Now, the good thing about this game, actually, I had no idea what the score was when I started streaming this. No idea. I was able to avoid the score. So this was great for me because I was watching the game last week. I knew it was 4-1. I had no idea what the score was in this game. Way better to stream it that way. That's why I like it on Prime. You get it on TSN, and by the way, I don't mind TSN, but you get it on Sportsnet and TSN. It's not going to be at the bar where we're playing darts. I'll know the score, so me watching the game doesn't give as much value. Prime way better. I like Prime. I'm not a big fan of Amazon. They show up at my door every friggin' day. But I think one every 752 times is because I ordered something for Prime. But the Leafs, when I saw the lineup, no Nick Robertson, who I thought played pretty good the last game. Now, and then I see the second line is Max Pacioretty, Johnny T, and Nylander. I was thinking Chief Craig Strongbow over there. That's not a good lineup, bud. That was what I initially thought going into the game. Oh, by the way, I should probably give you the Ryan Reeves report that everyone likes. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 minutes and 27 seconds of ice time. Good game, Ryan. Did he fight anybody? No. Anyways, get into the game. The Leafs started off on fire. Logan Stanley taking penalties all over the place. I got to say 2 things about Winnipeg Jets. Logan Stanley is tall. Man's tall. But he's tall. He's terrible, but he's tall. And you got some defenseman named Dylan Sandberg. Whoo. I'm glad he isn't a Leaf. He looks like a Leaf, but he ain't a Leaf. So that's good. But anyways, into the game, the Leafs came out hitting Matthews back checking, hitting. I'm going to give it. I am a fair person. I like to think of myself as a fair person. Max Pacioretty had a game. He had a game. William Nylander showed up. This is the time he shows up, one every 5 games. He showed up for this one. They played great. The first 2 lines, playing great. Dominating. And then you get a nice play at the point. I think it might have been, was it Jake McCabe? I think it was Jake McCabe. I should have been more prepared, maybe. Yeah, Jake McCabe fires a shot from the point. We'll talk about McCabe's contract in just a second. And tipped by Max Pacioretty and Johnny Teeee. Kerr scores from 2 inches. Puck was right on the goal line. He tapped it in. Go for Johnny Teeee. We should give him $15 million. We should extend him today. We extend Jakey McCabe after he has one of the worst games ever. So this is what when Nylander started firing it up, then we sang extensions. So let's go get an extension for Johnny Teeee after he gets a hat trick. Total distance of his shots. I think if you take away the empty net one, I think maybe 2.75 inches. But anyways, he scores 1-0. Fantastic. And then they go down second line. Max Pacioretty takes a guy off the puck. What? My eyes deceive me. That makes a nice pass to Nylander. It's 2-0. Connor Hellebuck's looking like Andrei Vasilevsky from last week. Again, put the games on Prime. I'm cool with this. Put it on Prime. What a period. No, I didn't listen to I enjoyed Prime because I didn't listen to any intermission. So I fast forwarded through the intermission, start the second period. The Leafs start still playing good. Oh, what is this? It's a Monday Prime game. Outplay Tampa, outplay Winnipeg. Best team in the NHL. Undefeated. Taking them out to the woodshed. And then the third goal. Just all over the place. Nice pass from Mechie Baitano. Didn't really do a lot in this game, but he wasn't horrible. Matthews to Matthew Nice. Hellebuck wasn't even in the net. Scores 3-0. I'm sitting there going, what am I watching? And then Johnny Teeee again. Now he scored this goal from probably about, it was Morgan Riley was the 4th goal. Great Max Pacioretty banging again to Nylander. Beautiful pass to Morgan Riley. Right off the post and in. Morgan Riley hit the net. This is crazy. This is a Prime thing. I swear to God, it's a Prime thing. Morgan Riley beat a goalie from 20 feet. That don't happen very often. Go back. And it was a beautiful shot. It's 4-0. What is... I'll take this every day. And then the penalties started to come. The Winnipeg Jets, Logan Stanley, took the first 2 penalties. And I'm going to be fair. At no point did any Winnipeg Jet dive or do anything. These were well-earned penalties. Cross-check for Holmberg. We can talk about the fact he was cross-checked afterwards, but he cross-checked Morrissey. Penalty. And Kyle Connor, who decides he's going to be the next coming of, the Leaf killer. What did he have? 4 points tonight? He scored he basically scored 3 goals. One guy, I guess, got tipped. He pots one on a beautiful play, right across. And it's now, again, that was like a Matthews move. He had it on his forehand and ripped it right away. Nice shot, right off Stolar's head and in the net. And it's 4-1. And then Larson takes a penalty, which was a penalty. But at least when Larson takes a penalty, it's a penalty. Like, the guy gets hurt. He says, if I'm going to the box, I'm going to make someone hurt. So again, nice play by whatever. It's a penalty, but if you're going to take a penalty, that's the way to take a penalty. The Leafs actually killed that one off. I think they killed that one off. Yeah, and then it was the Morgan Riley. No, sorry, that one. Let's see. I apologize. I should be way more prepared. The Larson one, yeah, they did kill off. It was the Morgan Riley flip over the boards, stupid penalty. Takes the puck, flips it over the boards, and guess who scores again? Kyle Connor. From the other side, see, their power play actually switches stuff up. So Kyle Connor was on the one side, and then on the second goal, he was on the other side. Taking a one-timer, and boom, 4-2. starting to get a little nervous. And then Johnny T! No, I thought Max Pacioretty scored the goal. But it was another shift where they were mucking it up, hitting people. Puck, I don't know how the puck got in front of the net, and then they're swinging at it, but it looked like Pacioretty scored it, but actually Johnny T scored it with his total distance of goals, 2.75 inches, and it's 5-2 Leafs. Okay, you're going into the third period 5-2 up. This isn't a bad thing. And then the Leafs, again, they had I think they had 4 actual penalties, but they were actually shorthanded 5 times because on the third Winnipeg goal to make it 5-3, the Leafs were about to have a penalty called on them. Nylander with a hook, but he never had to go to the box because the Jets scored before he could get to the net or go to the box. It was a nice play by Kyle Connor to Mark Scheifele. Rips it. Again, I don't think Stolarz had a great game, but if you're going to pick a game to have a bad game, pick one when your team's playing pretty good. And now it's 5-3 with, what, 10 minutes left. It's starting to get a little nervous. And then, the minute I saw it, again, all of Winnipeg's goals came either on a power play or where they had extra man on the ice, either do a delayed penalty or, in this case, an empty net. And I saw they put Johnny T on the ice to get him a hat trick. I'm like, no. And then on that goal, that was a really bad no. Then Gabe Vilardi, I guess, touched whatever Kyle Connor ripped. And it is now 5-4. Get your nervous boots on. You've dominated a game, and all of a sudden you're down by 1. Or, sorry, you're up only by 1. And then Johnny T, empty netter for the hat trick. We should throw a celebration for Johnny T. Kerr. Chief Craig Strongbow putting him out there. Backhander. By the way, see, this is where I'm going to come off as a negative Nelly. I get it. But Johnny T. Kerr is so slow. That was a mistake. He didn't get over the red line when he went for the net. Now, thank God he hit the net. But if he would have missed the net, instead of doing the proper play, which is dump it into the corner and waste some time, if he would have missed the net, that would have been an icing. And that would have been in our end, and my face would have been red. But he hit the net, so they're going to say it's a good play. Let me explain to everyone, that was a horrible play. That's not the play. Or you actually, I get it, Johnny T can't skate. But you at least get it over the red line before you attempt the net. I've seen Matthews do it. I've seen Marner do it. So Johnny T's not in his own bubble or cocoon. But it's the wrong play. But it goes in the net, 6-4. Leafs win, 6-4. What are you going to say? They played good. It was an enjoyable game. I enjoyed it. Usually the Leaf-Jets games are usually pretty enjoyable. But it wasn't as physical as most of those games. But I'm going to call Max Pacioretty had a game. Nylander showed up every 5 games. He showed up in this game. And Johnny T. Kerr banging stuff home from 2.75 inches. And we're going to call him, everyone's going to go, well, Johnny T had a game. I haven't seen any of the announcers yet. I haven't seen any of the reports yet, but they're going to talk about how great of a game it was because they just read the scoreboard and saw he got 3 goals. He tapped it in. So I want you to look at Tim Kerr highlights. This is him. Can't skate. Tim Kerr, Johnny T comparison. Can't skate. Both can't skate. Both sit in front of the net. I will give Johnny T. He does go to the net. Tim Kerr went to the net. And then they bang home stuff when the puck gets to the net. That's what they do. So put Johnny T out there. So let me get into a couple other things before. Power play, way better. I loved the mix. Got Johnny T off the first line. We're moving the puck around. I know they didn't score in their 2 power plays. Way better mix. And then you had 2 lines that actually had a shot to score a goal. So I like that. Even though they didn't score, I thought that was good. And then we talk about Jakey, the Scarecrow McCabe, with a 5-year extension. I don't know, $4.51 million. Okay. Was he 32? We've signed the man until he's 37. When's Tanev's contract over? He's 40-something. In 4 years from now, the average age of the Leafs defense is going to be something insane. It's going to be like they should jump on the seniors tour. Larson signed for I don't know how many years, but Now, no, don't get me wrong. They're playing good right now, but they're going to be as you know, I'm not a big Jake McCabe fan. Do I think he's I won't go as far to say he's not an NHL defenseman. He's an NHL defenseman. He's an NHL defenseman lacking a brain. And he makes dumb plays. In the first shift, he made a butte, like just screaming. And I thought, oh, if that goes in the net, I got a comment to make on my channel. Sign him the $4.5 million extension, and he does that. He hits. He's tough. There's no doubt. I'll give you that. He does take people in front of the net. I'll give you that. But he likes his pizza pies all the time up the middle. He makes sometimes the worst play you can make. I don't know what average defenseman makes now. Maybe it is $4.5 million. Can we just... I like that they're putting money into the defense. That's good. Can't we draft a defenseman? Oh, yeah, we draft Liljegren. Draft... I know we drafted the kid from Oshawa this year, but he looks like he's a bum. Our defense is going to be old. Now, I understand the free agent market this year for defensemen. I think now that McCabe has been signed, I think it just has Aaron Ekblad left in it. He's not a bad defenseman, right? Shot defenseman. I think Theodore got signed too, so you lose him. It just feels like it's a very old defense. So if we don't win it this year or the next year, my videos in 2027 are going to be very, very, very bad. Anyways, they play Seattle. I hope you enjoyed the video. Guesses on Seattle Kraken against Leafs at home. We just beat the best team in the NHL on the road. Gave them their first loss of the season. I saw they hadn't had a regulation loss since March. You know what's going to happen against the Kraken. I'm going to hope not. Put it on Prime. Cheers.